of it, like next to no gameplay of it in like actual gameplay. It's literally just a 15-second clip of a guy getting a kill up on a hill and speaking a different language that isn't English. So I'm essentially just going to be showing some gameplay and laying out what the Zapatron really is in this video. So in Save the World, the Zapatron essentially has 3 tiers: Rare, Epic, and Legendary. It's called the Laser Rifle at Rare, the Powered Laser Rifle at Epic, and the Zapatron at Legendary. Though, when released in Battle Royale, it was only available. Only the Legendary version was available. And it was just known as the Zapatron. It essentially is just a laser sniper that you can charge up, and it does a ton of damage at any range. The range doesn't matter how much it does. What matters is how much you charge it up. In Fortnite Battle Royale, obviously did a lot less damage. In this case, I mean, one stat we can look at in this case is the range. The range is not going to change. The range is literally 10,240, which I'm going to compare that to a different sniper right now. That is farther range than the regular sniper, as in the legendary sniper from Battle Royale, when we're looking at the stats. That is ridiculous. I'm going to actually compare that to a few other snipers. That only has 5,000 range. If you see what I mean, this essentially, the Zapatron has a lot longer range than any other sniper, comparing it. See, I can't take this exactly, but I think we can look at the range roughly. I do think they kept the range the same, because they essentially took it from this game mode and put it into Battle Royale. So I'm thinking the range may have stayed the same. I cannot prove that because I do not have the stats for the weapon, but I'm just going to guess, because in all honesty, it seems like it has a lot more range. And the range doesn't vary from the rarity. So this is essentially a sniper that shoots for more damage, more range, and if you look at the gameplay, I'm not aware of whether it did this in Battle Royale or not, but this weapon essentially we can hit one enemy, go through and hit a second enemy. It is essentially a railgun. I believe we can only hit like 2 to 3 enemies though. Don't quote me on that, but I've only been able to hit 2 to 3. It stops after that. But you can hit multiple enemies with this. So it's essentially, there's a big reason they took this out. This would be a weapon that, though the ammo's scarce, you could hit 3 people with it at once for 150 damage, and if they don't have full shield, they're dead. I mean, I don't know if anyone else sees an issue there, but I do. I'm gonna get right into the gameplay of it. Hey guys, so today, I know I'm still talking, but get over it. Okay. So I know this is Fortnite Battle. This isn't Fortnite Battle Royale. I wanted to show. Okay, so the Zapatron, though it does different in Save the World and does a lot more damage, obviously, the basis for the weapon is still essentially the same. I'm trying to show you like how this gun works. Okay, this gun essentially, you charge it up, and as soon as it gets to full charge, it does a ton of damage to whatever it hits. All right, so at full charge in the Fortnite Battle Royale, it did essentially 150 damage. Now, everyone was saying no matter what part of the body it hit you in, it did 150. I mean, if that's proven, I don't know if it is, but if it isn't proven, in Save the World, I just kind of have the theory that you can hit a headshot. Because in Save the World, though it's challenging, a little more challenging than most weapons, you can hit headshots if you pay attention to the gameplay. The main reason I show this is I'm essentially showing that the Zapatron, it exists in Save the World. I know this might not be what everyone was expecting, but this is essentially just gameplay of the Zapatron showing what it can do. I know this is on the zombies, obviously, in Save the World, but the damage scaling, Just to do 150 a shot to a person.
Sorry.
This thing is ridiculous. So, it's essentially a sniper. It hits at a range farther than, like, any sniper. Okay? You can only get it in drops, and you can only get the ammo with it. As soon as it hits something, it can hit them from, like, a farther range than a sniper. And it's also easier to hit. Because you ought to notice, it's an iron sight. It's not actually just a scope. It's actually like iron sighted, as in you can hit them from any range with it. It's iron sighted. It's a lot easier to hit than a sniper. You can use it at close range actually if you only half charge it. It still does a ton of damage. See, there's a very good reason why this weapon was removed from Fortnite Battle Royale, because this weapon was seriously broken. I need to get into the next part of this, why it would be so broken. Essentially, this weapon, I have the theory of it worked the same way in Fortnite Battle Royale, or at least it did, as it works in Save the World. In the concept of not damage, but if you hit someone, it would be able to pass through them and actually hit a second person standing behind them. See, this can't be proven, it's been taken out of the game, but I'm essentially going to show the clip of the guy with it in Battle Royale, and I'm going to show how it could work like that. So, I mean, if you notice the Zapatron, I'm just shooting, obviously, zombies with it in Save the World. Even now, in Save the World, it's a bit too much damage. This thing just has insane range, hits way too hard, and there is a good reason it was removed from Fortnite Battle Royale. In my own opinion, it's a fun weapon, but other than that, it was broken. Okay, so in this video, this guy essentially gets Zapatron. He goes up the ramp to shoot someone by a rock. Now, I'm going to zoom it in a second, and you're going to have to look at this with me. It looks like he actually hits the rock, and it goes through the guy. I mean, look at that. That clearly hits the rock, meaning that the Zapatron can actually hit more than one person, which is dangerously scary. I mean, at this point, I can't prove this, but I'm theorizing from Save the World, and there, if you zoom it in and you look, it actually looks like he hits the rock, even though the guy's standing in front of the rock. So the Zapatron essentially hit him, went through, and hit the rock. So what I'm learning from this is, it's not only an overpowered sniper that does 150 damage, it possibly might have been able to hit more than one person like a railgun. So if you had a person standing behind you and you got shot by this, well, they'd get shot too. That's essentially how this weapon may have worked. I don't know. I could not have tested it. I may have to look further into this, but this is a theory of mine. I mean, it looks like it hits a rock. In Save the World, it clearly, and I mean clearly, goes through and hits more than one zombie. So from that, I'm going to say this would hit more than one person. The Zapatron is even more overpowered than anyone has ever thought. This is a theory. Feel free to, like, I don't know, prove me wrong in the comments section, because if you do, send me a link. I mean, I'll be interested to see it, and I will put it in the video correcting me. But, honestly, I feel like this is a lot more overpowered than people even thought. I mean, I feel like you could hit more than one person with this at once with the 150 damage. I just feel like people aren't understanding that. Like, it's not just charge up and deal 150 damage. You may have actually been able to shoot and hit someone behind another person, so you could essentially get a double kill, maybe even a triple, because I'm pretty sure the max it can go through is 3 in Save the World. Maybe it might have just made a double in this, but even getting a double with this, that is ridiculous. Like, imagine your teammate accidentally sits behind you and someone has the Zapatron, and they get hit, but at the same time, they're not gonna block the bullet for you. It's gonna hit both of you, and if you don't have full shield or even 75 shield, you're gone. Okay, so that's pretty much all I have to say, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. This is a fun video to do. I mean, like, the thing is, I thought about doing this today because one of my friends had the Zapatron on Save the World, thought I may make a informative video about it. Like, a lot of people don't know exactly what it is. It is actually a weapon that is now in Save the World. It is fun to use, and I've shown you the 3 tiers of it, but the Zapatron alone is just so fun to use. By the way, Save the World is not as bad as a lot of people think. Um, I get it. I get it if you like Fortnite Battle Royale more. I think I like Battle Royale more, but it, hey, maybe you want to try out Save the World sometime. Alright, well, I'll see you guys in the next one. This was a fun video to do, as I've said. And don't forget to leave a like and sub for a really good informative video about the Zapatron and showing some actual Save the World gameplay of what it is. More gameplay to show exactly what the Zapatron is. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you in the next one.